Welcome to my second Dragon Ball Heroes video. Now I thought we'd take a look this time at where you can get the cards from, because pretty much anywhere in Japan you go, you're going to find Dragon Ball Heroes cards if whatever it is you're buying is Dragon Ball themed. So let's take a look at a few bits and pieces and see what we can find, see what cards we've got. Okay, please excuse the poor framing on this one. I do work in a very small studio. So this is a Dragon Ball, or in this case a Super Dragon Ball Heroes starter set. Now, in Japan you can actually buy these hero license cards, which are what you need to play the game. This will store all of your data. You need those. You can buy them in vending machines at Taito arcades or Sega arcades, wherever you end up being at the time. I was going to Sega Gigo at Akihabara. I was checking actually quite daily to see if I could get a Dragon Ball Heroes license, and they never had any. So I had to go to, I think it was Yellow Submarine in Akihabara and Radio Kankan, and they had a starter kit. Unfortunately, it was a Dragon Ball GT starter kit, but at that time I took what I could get. At the very least, to have my hero license. He also had a bunch of Dragon Ball GT cards I was never going to use. There was no Super Saiyan 4 in there. So I ended up scouring through their second-hand cards and finding a reasonable team that I covered in the last video. And I built on that. Now, every time you play the game, I forgot to mention, you will get another card. There's a little slot down at the bottom of the arcade machine. You put in your 100 yen, you go to play the game, and at the end it will spit a card out. So you can add a new card to your team. Let's open this up, this starter deck, which I have not done yet. It is still sealed. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, it's taped down, so I'm just going to grab a knife and slice it open, and then we'll see what's in. Okay, so the tape's been sliced off. I've taken the cardboard backing off. There's double plastic here. So much plastic. Are there any cards? Oh, there's more tape up there. Let's get some of these cards out for starters, because I don't want to damage them. Get the license out. Get the avatar card out. Probably should have sliced this open as well before I kept going. Anyway, get the authentic experience here. Goku and Vegeta Blue, and there is the card box. My starter set never came with a card box, so that is nice to have. Instead I had to buy a nice green one, because I do like the colour green, and that contains a lot of the cards that I bought while I was over there that I haven't yet put in a folder. So this box is quite nice. Let's lift it up there. Oh, okay. What is that? Looks like it's just a Capsule Corp divider. So maybe you want the deck that you're playing at the front and other cards at the back. So you've got that option there. Let's put that back in. Alright. Now, we already knew what cards were going to be in there because, well, the back of it kind of told us. So we've got Goku Blue, Vegeta Blue, we have Zamasu, we have Goku Black, we have Towa, and I'm not sure who that last character is. It actually looks a fair bit like Tarbell with a mask on, but I think it's actually a form of Vegeta. Not sure. Anyway, someone who reads Japanese and understands Japanese will probably be able to tell me more. Let's put that up for now. I now have a Super Dragon Ball Heroes hero license, which is nice. I don't know if I can use my existing Dragon Ball Heroes one. I will take it with me, just in case. Let's lay the cards out here. So what it's effectively done is given you a team of 7. So there are your 6. Now this one here, this is the avatar card. So you're going to have your own avatar character, as well as the Dragon Ball characters that you can play as. You don't have to have your avatar character in the team if you don't want to. That's entirely optional. But you can basically start off with a Saiyan and a Namekian, one of the Frieza's race, an android, Boo, and they're adding new ones all the time, and you can basically start off with that character and build them up. So you can see here we've got the two Saiyans, the female and the male, in Super Saiyan Red, Super Saiyan God, sorry. And in here are some instructions, I'm guessing, and more advertising bits and pieces. No, it looks like they're just instructions, actually. That's okay. Let's put them back. So that's a starter set. So that's where you can find a lot of Dragon Ball Heroes cards. Let's have a look at some of the magazines that you might be able to get cards in. So this is a copy of Saikyo Jump. Now I've got a few issues of this magazine. This particular one I haven't taken the card out of. What some issues of these magazines do come with are card mats. And if I just open this one up here. Oh, there's a Boruto poster on one side, if you're into that. And on the back, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So basically all of the cards from a series, I'm supposing. Now, nice to see Arale in there. Arale represent. A whole bunch of characters you may never have heard of. You kind of need to get into the lore of the game. There are new characters that are being introduced all the time, along with ones that you know and love. If you really want to know more about the story behind the game, Geekdom 101 has a great video on the story of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Definitely check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. Just fold that up so that's out of the way. Now, almost every issue, actually it might be every issue, of Saikyo Jump for the foreseeable amount of time has had Dragon Ball Heroes cards in there. Why? Because every month there is an SD Dragon Ball manga, or Dragon Ball SD manga. This particular one covers the Saiyan arc up to Vegeta and Nappa's arrival. Probably Nappa dies in there as well. Whoop, something else has popped out of the side of it. What is this? Okay, this is more Super Dragon Ball, another map of Super Dragon Ball Heroes cards, what you can get. Obviously I haven't checked this one before. This one must be from an earlier issue of Saikyo Jump. Fair enough. And here are the cards here. Sometimes they're contained in... Is it the only one? I think it might be. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like that is the only card. There is also a Dragon Ball Heroes manga in the magazine as well. There's also one in V-Jump. We'll have a look at V-Jump in a minute. Let's have a look at these cards and see who we've got. Just open that up there. Opening these things up, sacrilege. Okay. So as I mentioned before, we've got another... Oh, okay. Looks like it's also promoting another game on here, which, again, this machine here looks very similar to Dragon Ball Heroes. So you've got your mat there, you put your cards down here, and you've got your single button up the top. Down the bottom is where additional cards will pop out. But here we've got some... Ooh, got some gold ones there, some nice shinies. Can't wait for the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Broly cards to come out, because the new Broly movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, is coming out soon. So, let's put that away. Let's see what cards we got in here. Very quickly open them up. Looks like it's not just Dragon Ball, actually. Normally in the pages of Saikyo Jump, you'll have little card sleeves that contain individual cards for individual series. This particular one, it looks like they've just put them all in one, because they've obviously given away that thing. So this is the Dragon Ball character. I don't know who that is. Don't have a clue. Oh, it's a Supreme Kai of Time. Okay, so she starts off as base Supreme Kai of Time, and you obviously power her up to an Uber version of the Supreme Kai of Time. Excuse the focus going in and out. So there we go. I will add her to my set as well. Put these two cards aside. I'm not collecting them, so I'm not sure what I'll do with them. I'll probably put them back in here, actually, and then we'll deal with them at another time. Let's have a look at V-Jump. Okay, so I've got a couple of issues of V-Jump here. So we have this one. It looks like there is an Ultra Instinct Goku in here. Very exciting. And in this one, it looks like there are two cards, actually. There's a Super Saiyan Blue, and there is a Super Saiyan 4. So let's have a look. Where are they located? Advertising the Jump Famicom Mini Classic System. Always in here somewhere. You can feel. There we go. Right where the Dragon Ball Super manga is, right there, are the two cards. So I'm just going to have to slice this down, and I'll come back and we'll have a look at them both. Just bookmark that page. Okay, back. So I have sliced that little bit off there. So let's have a look at them both. So let's get them out. Okay, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Not bad stats. 3,200 hit points, 12,500 attack, and 1,000 defense. Again, defense is a little bit low. It's got the V-Jump logo in the corner, so it's a V-Jump exclusive, as we know. So you've got the, when it gets into focus, you've got the P up there. Obviously, as I mentioned in my last video, moving them up and down like that will bring him from regular Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 4. So if you look at the back there, come on, zoom in camera. You know what, we'll have a look at it in a minute. Let's get the other one out. So what have we got here? Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So these are two pretty decent cards, actually. I'm guessing this is to celebrate the Dragon Ball Heroes manga. Yes, there is a manga series as well as a... anime series. Yes, there is an anime series as well as a manga. Had Super Saiyan Blue Goku fighting Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And the fact that this is actually Xeno Goku makes me think that's definitely what's happened here. So, okay, let's put those aside. Have a look at all of these after. This issue of V-Jump only contains the one card, that is the Ultra Instinct Goku. So I'll just quickly get my scissors and we'll slice it down. Gone. Okay, let's get you out. Liberate you. Okay. So this one doesn't have bad stats either. 3,200 hit points, 11,400 attack, 6,000 defense. So he kind of trumps this one, which only has 1,000 defense but higher attack. I would rather go with something that's got higher defense, because defense in a lot of these cards is severely lacking. So let's put him back. Now he starts off as base Goku, and you do the up down to bring him up to Ultra Instinct Goku. Okay, so let's put him away. That issue of V-Jump. Now let's have a look at the books. So different manga that you can buy in Japan that have cards in it. So this is Dragon Ball SD Volume 5. I do have the other 4 volumes in my bookshelf, but as you can see there on the little obi around the book, it does contain a Vegeta card, which is probably quite fitting because I believe this covers part of the Saiyan Saga. So we go to the back. There it is. Where is the card? You can feel where the card is, so you're not going to accidentally slice. So the card's all the way over here, so I can slice this bit down here to liberate it. Let's just quickly do that. Always exciting when you get a new card. Okay. Put that out of the way. Let's get him out. So there we have Vegeta. So let me put the book away and we'll straighten him up. So 2,800 hit points, 4,900 attack, and 1,000 defense. Like I said, defense is normally sorely lacking in these things. So let's put him aside. And one more thing I want to look at is a figure. So you can buy action figures, Dragon Ball Heroes action figures that have these cards. Let's have a look at one. Okay, so this is obviously, well, maybe not so obviously for some people, this is Gotenks. I've been told it's Xeno Gotenks. It's got a GT there, so maybe it's the teen form of Gotenks, which is in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So Teen Trunks and Teen Goten do fuse in that game. Let's open him up and have a look at the figure and the card. Pop him open. There's the card, another Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And here is the figure. Let's have a look at him, let's get him out. It's good to celebrate your fandom with an action figure or two. And there are a couple of these, there's more than just the one. Whoops. There's his base, and he's got a little bit that he uses as a stand. So let's just get that out as well. There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay. So normally that will go there, or somewhere into his butt by the look of it. Let's put that in. No? Maybe we can just stand him without it. Let's see. He'll go on there. Yeah, he's standing quite nicely. He doesn't need the extra bit. There we go. But of more interest to us is the card. So, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku has 3200 attack, 3200 hit points, 8800 attack, and 1500 defense. He goes from Super Saiyan Goku to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Alright, so we've opened a few packets of things, looked into magazines and some books. Let's have a look at all the cards I got this time around and see if there's anything I want to add to my team. Okay, so I've left the avatar card out for obvious reasons. It's just an avatar card. It's just my character, so the stats are dependent on how much I've played the game and how much I've leveled up my individual character. So let's have a look. So we've got a couple of Super Saiyan 4 Gokus here. So one is Dragon Ball Heroes, one is Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Now the way you can tell the difference is the numbering here. So this is the newer numbering here, so this is Super Dragon Ball Heroes, this is the older style. The other way you can tell is if you flip them around. Down the bottom it will say Dragon Ball Heroes or Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Doesn't really matter, you can actually use the cards in the game, doesn't matter. Like in Super Dragon Ball Heroes you can use old Dragon Ball Heroes cards. Let's have a look. So these two Super Saiyan 4 Gokus. Now there's no extra abilities with different characters that I can see on here. Both of them go from base Goku, base Super Saiyan Goku, it's not base Goku, Super Saiyan Goku to Super Saiyan 4, so they're going to take the 2 turns to level up. The hit points are the same, 3200. This one has higher defense of 1500. However, this one has considerably higher attack, going up to 12,500. Even the base starts off the same, 3800 to 4500. I'd probably pick this one, I reckon. I'm going with him. I wouldn't mind having him on my team. So he's out. Ultra Instinct Goku next. Let's look at him. So again, 3200, 11,400 and 6,000 defense. Now we can see that that starts off a little bit lower. So his initial attack is 3800, goes up to 11,400. But his defense still starts off pretty high at 2,000. So, you know what? He's a no-brainer. He's in my team. Let's put him away. Let's put him away. Supreme Kai of Time. Okay, so what do we think of her? So, she has 6,800 hit points. That's actually a fairly significant amount, actually. 2,700 attack, 1,500 defense. Just a bit meh in that regard. Over the back, let's see. Camera's out of focus, there we go. So she looks like her attack and defense stats remain the same. It's her hit points that go up when you do the level up to the Ultimate Supreme Kai of Time, if that's what she's called. Okay. No, the extra hit points are nice, but everything else kind of lets her down. So I'm going to say no to her. But it's nice to have her in my folder. So what do we think of Vegeta? 2,800 hit points, 4,900 attack, 1,000 defense. What do we think of you? No. No, he's a bit simple, so he's out. Only got 2 so far. What about this Vegeta? Let's stick with Vegeta for a little bit. So we've got Vegeta Blue here. So 3100 hit points, 5500 attack, 1500 defense. Let's flip him over. Now those stats don't change. However, look up here, he's reliant on Goku Blue. Now it doesn't have to be this Goku Blue. What I've tended to find with these cards is, yes, it will say you need another character, a specific character to be partnered up, but it doesn't have to be from the same set. As long as it's Goku Blue. Hell, it could be this one. It doesn't really matter. You just won't get the added benefit of Goku's additional abilities, which if I'm guessing right... No? Okay. So only Vegeta gets the added benefit of having Goku in the team. So it could be this Goku, it could be this Goku. Take your pick, really. Do I want him, though? Alright, let's put Vegeta aside and look at the 2 Gokus. See, this really becomes a numbers game at this point. It's not just card collecting and playing on an arcade machine. Okay, so we have 2900. Actually, the gold's a little hard to read. Let's flip them over. Okay. Let's wait for that to focus in. Okay, so 2500 attack versus 2900 attack. 5,000, hit points. 5000 attack versus 6500 attack. 2500 defense versus 2000 defense. Now, you notice that if the defense goes up, the other stats can drop quite considerably. Don't know why that is. That's just on the makers of the cards, I guess. This one is looking better. So the V-Jump promo, I don't think so. If I was to keep one... Now remember, I do actually have one on my team at the moment. So I'll just get him out. My Team Goku Blue. So we could do that even. So that is an option. But let's look at these 2 Goku Blues. I might want to get rid of him. Okay. Let's flip him around. 2600 hit points on that one versus 2900 on that one. That's not bad. 6500 attack versus 6500, 2000, 2000 defense. So the attack and defense are the same. This one, the new one, has higher hit points, but... No buts. There's no added abilities down here, so I'm not sure what this ability actually is. Do I want to keep it for that or not? So, it's not... We're talking 300 hit points here. I think I will just keep that one for now. Keep that. Put that aside. Do I want the Vegeta, though? Oh, it's a fusion. Okay, so fusion cards. Down here, if you can see, you've got a red and a blue card that go in together. So this means that they will fuse into Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Now again, you don't need a Goku card that has Vegito in the background with the same logo. Only one of the cards needs to have it, and that's fine. So I'm inclined to maybe look at that. That's not bad. It does limit the amount of characters you've got to use by one, but it's not a bad option. Let's put him aside for now. Now, let's look at Zamasu and Goku Black. Now these are 2 fusion cards as well. Well, one of them is. Goku Black's got the fusion option. Zamasu doesn't, but Zamasu will fuse with him, obviously. Let's flip them around. Okay. So, 3500 hit points, 35 attack, 2000 defense, 28, 41, 1000. They're not bad, they're not great. However, I do need 2 extra cards. So, let's put them in the maybe. Because my team now has to make 7 Super Dragon Ball Heroes, so it's, has 7 cards in its team. Let's look at Mira and Vegeta. Sorry, Toa and Vegeta. No, not loving them, gotta say. This has the additional option of being able to target your enemy. Sorry, the card was completely out of focus, out of the shot. So that there is the ability to actually move the card around to point while it's on the grid. Not great, so let's put them away. So there are all the cards. So I've got a couple of options that I might want. I might want one of these Gokus, and I might want this Vegeta to fuse with my Goku Blue. So, decisions. Okay. He stays. Ultra Instinct Goku stays. The others I'm going to have a think about. I'm going to have a think about these two. You can have multiples of the same character in your team. That is not a problem. But I think we'll leave it there. And I'll have a think about who I want to go in my team. See you next time.